I thank you. I now want to recognize my colleague, the ranking member, Representative Cherfilus-McCormick, for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. LoGerfo. I don't want to doubt your commitment to the organization, but leadership in the moment like this requires more than presence. It requires pushback. It requires telling the truth and standing up. What we're looking at right now, we're looking for more details. And so I want to hear not just that you'll implement whatever structure you've been given, I want to hear whether you believe that this structure serves the mission and whether you're willing to fight for it. We cannot let institutions' memory be erased. We cannot allow the strategic capacity of the United States government to be held out behind closed doors while we pretend everything is proceeding as normal. Mr. LoGerfo, what is lost when counterterrorism coordination is split across multiple regional bureaus without a central hub like yours?
Thank you, Madam Ranking Member, for the question. We are fully confident that the structure that we have in place following the reorganization will enable us to coordinate properly on counterterrorism issues to keep America safe and secure. And I don't believe that we have bled out talent in any way. In fact, we have moved talent from our bureau, the Counterterrorism Bureau, into other bureaus so that we have counterterrorism advisor expertise in the regional bureaus, and these are our colleagues. We communicate every day. And at the same time, we have the benefit of being in the Undersecretariat for Security Policy, the T family, if you will, which is an enhancement. So I'm very confident that we'll be able to pursue the core mission of the administration's policies and to keep America safe and secure, and the statutory functions of coordination on counterterrorism that we have.
Well, I want to switch focus and look at Syria. In May, on his visit to Saudi Arabia and other Gulf states, President Trump announced he was going to lift U.S. sanctions on Syria following the fall of the Assad regime. He said this decision was part of his effort to give them a chance at greatness. I have some questions related to the administration's policy on this issue, as I believe it is crucial to our CT and stabilization work in the Middle East. During a recent trip to the region, the importance of supporting Saudi Arabia at this moment of great transition, an opportunity was expressed in almost every meeting. Do you agree with President Trump that Syria deserves a chance at greatness?
Thank you. On May 13th, 2025, as you mentioned, the United States recognized the government of Syria and Ahmed al-Shara as president of Syria. The United States is committed to supporting a Syria that is stable, unified, and at peace with itself and its neighbors, a Syria that will not offer a safe haven to terrorist organizations.
So I have a series of questions. I just want to know with a yes or a no. Do you believe in that? I
Yes.
take it as a yes from what you're saying.
The answer is yes.
Yes. Do you agree with the stability is an important factor in ensuring it has a chance to be great?
Stability?
Mm-hmm. That's a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay. Do you agree that poverty alleviation and reparation are important to fostering stability and plays an important role for CT functions?
Yes.
Then would you agree that the reckless, rushed, and political motivated shuttering of the USAID was a complete disaster for Syria? Or
No.
do you think there's a strategy there that can help it?
The president showed leadership in lifting the sanctions on Syria to give the Syrian people.
Well, we're specifically looking at USAID.
Yeah, but your question was about the Syrian people. Mm-hmm. And my answer is that the president, through his courageous step and leadership to recognize the Syrian president and to lift sanctions mm-hmm. from the Assad regime, is the greatest thing to give the Syrian people a chance to turn the page. And we are going to continue to support that. Uh-huh. We're going to continue to support, through Ambassador Barrack's leadership, ensuring stability and security, as well as.
I want to reclaim my time. my time, because what I'm really looking for, because we hear a lot of slogans, I'm hearing a lot of just positions, but I'm really looking for the nooks and the crannies of implementation and how we're going to achieve this goal. I believe that for America to win and to survive and to thrive, that I would love for the administration to be successful, and I really want the State Department to be successful and you to be successful. So I'm asking questions to figure out how we can work together so we can get towards success. So how are we going to fill in the gap with USAID being gutted? And what is your plan and what steps are you taking to alleviate poverty and to fill in that gap specifically?
Well, the department has a plan to deliver development assistance. My role as a counterterrorism coordinator, because these are, I would say, adjacent issues. You're right that conditions can lead to instability and can lead to violence. In my role as coordinator, I'm working with our interagency. We are going to move forward. I'm not in charge of the plans to resume or to refresh our development assistance plans, although I believe that we will move forward with that at some time. I will say that, again, the president's bold leadership to lift sanctions, the Assad-era sanctions, has given the Syrian people a chance. And I would say, I was in Madrid last month with over 30 diplomatic delegations. They were all ecstatic, as well as the UNHCR representative for Syria, who told us that in Damascus, on the day that the president took his decision, there was cheering in the streets. There was ebullient praise and support for the administration's leadership and for the president's leadership. And that will allow us, if I may.
I would like to reclaim my time. I want to reclaim my time because we agree with the decision to lift sanctions. That's not up for dispute. But what we're looking at, and I would like to know your opinion based on your years of experience, having a decree or signing a paper or having a treaty or making decisions, these are great things, but there are scaffolding that needs to be on the bottom of that to help hold up and make sure that this agreement or lifting these sanctions will lead to success in Syria. And like I was saying earlier, that is my goal. And so in your opinion, do you believe that we need more pieces of scaffolding for you to be successful in what you're doing? And what would that look like?
The Bureau of Counterterrorism, with respect to Syria, we have all the resources that we need to advance the president's priorities, to keep America safe and secure, and to advance the president's vision in the Middle East, including to turn the page for the Syrian people and give them another chance.
In February, Mercury Corps warned that it would stop clean water delivery to 1.8 million Syrians. Save the Children was forced to close 20 out of its 50 nutrition programs in Syria, which had left over 400,000 children at risk for severe malnutrition. The reckless funding cuts also impacted democracy and gave governance programs and good governance programs at the time when the support would be crucial to helping the new government succeed. So my question for you is, do you provide input into the closure of USAID and these programs in Syria, specifically with the impacts in development on the ground?
So I understand the question. You're asking me if I had input into that decision?
No, I'm asking you, do you provide any input? As I mentioned earlier, the goal is to see that the scaffolding that you need to be successful in order to support your mission and your agenda. What do you provide input? What would be some of that input? Because as we're looking at proposals or legislation to support you, I would like to know what would be some of your input, being that USAID now has been removed. What is it that you need to be successful in addition to what your department offers?
Well, from the perspective of counterterrorism, we're 100% focused on preventing an ISIS resurgence, working with the Syrian government to make sure that doesn't happen, and then ensuring that the Syrian government has what it needs in order to confront that threat. That's the counterterrorism role that we fulfill. The broader picture here is that I think we share this goal, and we probably share the same vision that the Syrian people have the opportunities to move forward, and the Syrian people have the resources they need to live prosperous lives. And the lifting of the sanctions, and then of course the lifting of the designations of HTS as a foreign terror organization will enable greater investment in Syria. The Caesar Act pausing the Caesar Act will enable investment, will enable support from all over the world, including from the region, to ensure that we can, as you say, give some scaffolding or give some life, give some legs to the president's courageous and strong decision to lift sanctions.
Thank you. I yield back.